welcome to Newport and welcome to the Puma Ocean Racing kickoff event. Puma first announced their entry into the sailing category in May 2007 when they officially entered the Volvo Ocean Race. They achieved a remarkable second place in 2008-2009 with Ken Reid as skipper.
Since I've been with Antonio, it's been very clear that Puma thinks way outside the box. And the fact that Laird was brought in as part of our group just shows that there are no boundaries to trying to bring access to the ocean for people, for non-sailors. I mean, that's what we're trying to do here. I mean, Laird's obviously an icon in his sport, and it can only be great for Puma Ocean Racing, for Laird's brand, for surfing, for sailing, for everybody. All of a sudden, there's another reason to see what we do. World
famous surfer, the founding father, I guess we could say, of modern day paddleboarding, and also an environmental activist, Laird Hamilton.
Well, we're really excited to introduce him as our 12th crew member, and I think a lot of the focus is going to be about helping the team with their training regimen as well as nutrition, which we feel could be, a secret advantage to what a lot of people's other program is.
I'm excited about the relationship, about being able to be involved with this organization and the teamwork and from the design aspects to the crew to Kenny's skippering abilities. Just the whole thing really is an interesting thing. It'd be great to have some eyeballs out in the ocean looking for giant waves for me, and I just think this is really just the beginning of the relationship, and I'm excited to see what fruits the tree will bear.
Where they're going to go in the ocean and what they're going to see is going to help me a lot. Like I want to.
What are they going to do?
Well, they're going to be, they're going to be all over the ocean, and they're going to be looking at waves and seeing stuff that I want to try to ride that maybe they want to try to avoid, but they won't be able to. So, and together within that, maybe something comes for them and for me as well. So, I mean, part of mine is a pretty selfish thing. I want to find out where the giant waves are, and I want to try to figure out ways to ride them. But at the same time, I think that can be helpful to them as well.
I initially got into paddleboarding just kind of as a training device during the summertime, and it was a way to kind of prepare myself for the winter, for the big waves, and then eventually it kind of took over my interests, and then I started doing it in all different kinds of conditions, and the relationship with Puma, and then of course 1K is one that I hope to develop through the design process, that they develop these incredible boats with some special boards, and we've already kind of done that with the first couple prototypes that are, in my mind, as a first prototype, amazing. So I feel like if we're going to keep evolving from there, we have the ability to design some of the nicest paddleboards in the world.
We were blown away last time in the last race how many kids were involved in these stopovers, how many kids became fans of our boat and our program, and Marmo is a direct offshoot of that.
Looking at how do we raise awareness and where's the easiest audience for us to convert. So we looked at children because there was an organic, let's say, following that developed over the last campaign that we said we should try to harness that and build from that. So hence the creation of Marmo and the line of products that hopefully, as kids explore or come to interact with the character or the books, it slowly starts to seep into their gray matter that, these things start to mean, their future at the end of the day. When we were planning and when we decided to do the race all over again, we're like, how do we use that passion and that, let's say, or organic attraction to the race and use it for education and a little bit of, fun and humor and entertainment, as well as developing interesting children's products to also a fairly exciting book that helps educate young kids about the importance of ocean preservation. And the book's called Marmo Saves the Seas, and it tells the story of our little octopus here who catches a ride on the keel of the Mar Mastro and kind of takes you through the storyline of all the stopovers and all the problems that are facing today's oceans.
If you're an ocean user, then you're an ocean or you're a preservation activist. It's the nature of it. When you surf or you're participating in an activity in the ocean, then you're concerned about the well-being, and so through participants we'll get activists.
Preparations for a race like this has been ongoing almost since the moment we got off the boat after finishing in Russia last time around. It's an incredibly daunting task. Well, developing a boat like Mar Mastro is really, that's a dream job for me. I really enjoy the design process and how you come up with this amazing piece of machinery. All of a sudden, 10 months later, you have this boat sitting in the water, and this boat has obvious expectations.
This boat that we did for Puma is very special because the people that have been involved in this project are also people that we've been working with from the last 2 editions of the race. So working with them has been like a continuation and a follow-through of the process that started a few years ago.
Puma as a sports brand, we always look to go against the grain, and the Volvo Ocean Race provides us, let's say, a fertile playground for how we can interact, engage, and excite consumers. Our first campaign, we were very proud of our second place finish and what we were able to achieve from a branding and marketing standpoint. But as a performance company, we're in it to win it, and we feel like we've obviously designed and built the right boat, and we've obviously recruited and built the best team. So now it's up to us to beat what I think is a fairly high bar with what we set on our first journey out.
We like our team, we like our boat. We hopefully like our chances, and the competition, quite frankly, has never been stiffer. So we'll just kind of let the chips fall, go out there and let it rip and see what happens.
The relationship between Laird and Puma Ocean Racing is at its infancy. There's a lot of creativity, as you can imagine, with the people standing on this stage. So, we're ticking the boxes as we go along, and I think the first box that we really, besides consumer engagement and excitement around the race, there's the whole raising awareness for the ocean.